Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the War Room. We got Dev, Kill, Jimmy, PJ, B. Austin, the Hot Block. How you wanna end a 1 or 2 hour show to get the brain running with the premise to talk sports on a national level? Bold with the topic, sorta like the rebels. When it's game time, they like the Fab Five during prime time. Sports conglomerates speak their minds a little bit. For sports medicine and sports veterans and greats. The 4th and 26th, so the war ain't Kuwait. It's the War Room with 5 nights at the round table. 5 Philly guys, diversified and educated.
Yo, what's good, War Room family? We're once again live in the War Room, brought to you by War Room Sports on War Room Sports Podcast Network. I'm one of your hosts, Jimmy the Blueprint, and I'm at the round table this evening with my brother B. Austin, Jada Styles, you dig? Yeah, March Madness has begun, and Major League Baseball is out here giving out checks, setting up generational wealth. So keep it locked right here as we talk about all of this and everything else happening in the world of sports. Get it on a conversation yourselves. Make sure you sign in right now to the JW Realty chat room, and that's at blogtalkradio.com/the War Room, or join us on Facebook or Twitter at War Room Sports. You can also call us in about 10 minutes when we open up the Digital Extreme Technologies hotline. That number is 323-410-0012. Before we get started, make sure that during the week when we're not live on the air, check out all of our archived episodes, and you can find that at the hub for everything we do, which is warsports.com. You can go to our mobile app. You can iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spreaker, Google, and anywhere you listen to your podcast. Just make sure you check out, some of our past work. We've been putting in work for years before podcasting was as popular as it is now. We've been putting in work for damn near a decade at this point. But anyway, man, what's good, B. Austin? What's up? What's up, King?
Damn, we a decade in. We a decade in on y'all. I feel old, man. Golly. Yo, when we started this, Zion was probably about 120 pounds.
Yeah, we definitely out here, man. We've been putting in mean amounts of work. You dig? So salute to us. That's right. We salute ourselves. But how's everything going, man? You staying out of trouble, man? MAGA down here, Bobby. What's going on?
I'm ducking MAGA. I'm looking out for Confederate flags, and I watch out for white sheets. And outside of that, I'm good, brother.
That's what's up, man. Anyway, man, we got a lot to talk about, man. So the bottom line is we might as well just jump right into it because, you know how we do. We always run over. So let's just jump right into the topic instead of messing around, and we could talk about some hot topics. And first of all, let's talk about how much dough you can make betting on sports at MyBookie. The NBA and NHL seasons are into their final stretches. So if you still haven't checked out MyBookie, this is a great time to do just that. Lay down some dough on the biggest games in sports. You can join the War Room and thousands of other online players who place bets at mybookie.ag. If you're tired of getting to run around other services when it's time for a payout, listen, just go to MyBookie. We urge you to. You win, they pay fast and without any hassles. You're wasting your time sports betting anywhere else. They even have in-game live betting so you can play wagers after the game starts. Now, I know that sounds crazy or breezy for some of you guys out there.
They let you cheat.
As the game starts, go in, and you still could bet. Join now, and MyBookie will match your first deposit with a 100% bonus. That's right, 100%. What you do when you go to my.ag is use the pro code WARROOM, that's WARROOM, WARROOM word, and you activate this offer. Visit mybookie.ag. Join today, play, win, and get paid, period.
Listen. Let me bet on Manny Pacquiao after he already won the fight, and I got some bread. Come on, y'all.
Yo.
If that ain't come on, man.
But listen, man. We got to talk about this bread that's going out in Major League Baseball, man. You are the father of a young who's a soccer phenom, I'm hearing. But let's talk about this bread being given out in Major League Baseball. Mike Trout signs the largest contract in American professional sports history, His contract is for 12 years, $430 million. That's one contract.
Yo, they might as well have just gave him the full $500 million, man. Just give Trout the extra 70. It ain't nothing. It ain't about nothing. Just give it to him. Damn. 430.
That's crazy.
Yo, if you got $430 million, how many young ladies would have their college tuition paid? How many households would
My
you
thing
help?
is this, though. Listen, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how you stay motivated when you get a contract like that. This is like, and you know, there's been a lot of big contracts that have been handed out in this offseason. Like Bryce Harper, who's here at my Philadelphia Phillies, got $330 million. And then Bryce Harper, after he got that bread, Mike Trout was like, all right, watch this. So he got
Mike Trout was like, hold my beer.
Pretty much, more or less. See, this is the kind of money, though, right? And you know, what up, now? I'll see you in the chat room. Good evening. But this is that kind of bread that I don't even want to use the wrong word. I would take drawing to the next level, because I'm gonna say drawing because we're on a national broadcast. If we were in the privacy of our group chat, I'd use the word I want to use, but I would take it to the next level. And it's not even that. It's not even that I'm not a conscious brother. It's just that that's the kind of money right there. It just makes you do stupid things. Like, I probably would never be in shape to play the game. So let's see how Mike Trout responds to that, because that's so much money. How does one live up to a $430 million contract? How do you even live up to that?
Yo, that's a great point. And my thing with that is, when you start talking about the motivation, how do you stay motivated, right? So when you talk about other sports, you can at least say, well, the motivation is these guys have the opportunity to earn another contract. So you can at least say, well, you'll maintain some modicum of an all-star level performance if you are an all-star type guy, or if you're a great player or a very good player and you know that you have a chance to double up on your contracts, particularly in basketball and football. You have an opportunity. That's where the motivation comes from. Or some. When you give some,
here's the thing.
Give some 12 years.
He is the best player in baseball, and he's young. So I think he's like 25 or 26. So he's fairly young. He's in the prime. He's in his prime. But
he could be, Jimmy, he could be motivated for the next 5 years. Like, for the next 5 years, he could ball out. But what about the remaining 7? It's about what happened.
The first thing I started thinking of was all the ignorance that would happen with me after probably the first year when I secured the bag, because this is guaranteed bread. I would be, listen, man. First of all, I'm never walking again. I'm going to get me a group of Jamaican, Dominican BBWs just to carry me around the world, and I'll never walk again.
So Prince Nassim Hamed?
Listen, that's how far I'm taking it. I'm not even walking no more, man. And as a matter of fact, right, I'm probably going to have a young lady as my sidekick who I'm speaking to, because I'm no longer speaking to anyone, including my family or the media. They ask me questions, and I whisper in her ear, and she gives the response. These are the kind of craziness that's going to go through my head. This is the kind of stuff I'm doing, dog. I don't know how crazy. I don't know how crazy you taking it, man. But to give me a contract like this, I'm gonna be a complete fool. And there's nothing you can do about it. Other than
honestly, I might just go to the Serengeti and post up in a tent with a black phone and a red phone, and I would have them phones hardwired so that they would always be able to work. And I would just have a camera set up in front of me. And whatever I wanted done, I would just pick up one phone or pick up the red phone, talk to the camera, and so it shall be. And then I go back in the tent. Like, I might have to take it to another. I would definitely invest in a spaceship. And when I came back to civilization, I was heading straight to the spaceport, because they're going to outer space now. The trip to Mars is planned, so I would have my ticket so we could say it's not just other folks that can get into space. And that would be, that. Like I wouldn't even.
Listen,
I don't even
and for the
know.
folks listening, it's not that I wouldn't do anything quote unquote positive, because I would definitely fund all kinds of Black Power movements. But at the same time though, I just gotta be honest. I'm going to draw. Like I'm not even using. I'm talking to a person for the rest of my life. Like y'all have to go through her. And shout out to Dominican and Jamaican BBWs, because y'all definitely will be carrying me around. I'm not walking. I'm never driving no more. I'm never cooking no more. None of that.
Never doing
None
nothing.
of that. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm never doing nothing no more. I'm going to live a life of leisure, because I earned it with my $430 million contract. Other than
430 is earned, man. It's earned. I would probably get in shape.
Get ready to play ball.
I would probably get in shape, but not for what you think. Not so that I could be prepared to actually play, but so that I could feel comfortable being a nudist in places where you're not supposed to be nude. And then I just wouldn't wear no clothes. Like, what are you gonna say? Yo, if you got a problem, how many thousands do I got to give you to shut up? I'm naked. So what? We were all born this way.
Yeah.
I wasn't born with clothes on. Well, I got to get dressed.
Yeah, it's crazy though. But what always happens when someone gets a contract, like, right? So they start to compare the sports. Now, granted, in baseball, you play far more games than football or basketball or what have you. But
that's another reason why. How do you stay motivated in 100 and how many games is in baseball?
But here's the thing, though, right? So but it's context to that too. So you play more games, but how much energy are you actually exerting? Considering when you're on offense, there's one person at a time. Like there's games where you literally chill on offense, and you even sometimes chill on defense. Like if no one hits nothing your way, then you sometimes could stay in the outfield and chill. Like when people throw no hitters, how much are you actually? How much energy are you actually?
That's being left field, smoking reefer, drinking beer, sitting down in porch chairs.
Yeah, so it's like, but when you think about the fact that, football, which is the most popular sport in our country right now, the kind of damage these guys do to each other week in and week out, and they make none of that. Like they don't make anywhere near what this young man just signed for. You know what I mean? Like it's just interesting, man. Like because most of the I was in these tweets this past week, and I'm looking around. I'm seeing like some of the things that people are saying, and it's something people always say. My kid is never going to play football or baseball, giving out money like that. Like see that everywhere except for like Texas and Florida.
Jimmy,
they don't care about that.
A top-notch NFL player makes less than a baseball agent. You can't speak to me. You make less than my agent.
Yo, interesting. I mean, that's just how the numbers bounce. And the other thing is, this is guaranteed money, unlike some other sports. You know what I mean? Like those listeners. Yeah. Tell us how you feel about that. Like, in terms of your kids and how you feel about the economics of sports.
Guaranteed money. Why is $430 million guaranteed? For what?
Yeah.
Why?
Like I think the Eagles' whole roster is making like less than his contract this year. Like a 50-something man roster.
They should be.
So I don't know, man. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy when you look at the amount of money. Skyview said the agents were tired of hearing about Bobby Bonilla Day. Salute to Bobby Bonilla for finessing the MLB to get his bread a year. Yeah, I mean they were tired of hearing about it, but this is just like unprecedented money. Their TV money out in California is crazy. They literally, right? And I was looking at this. I'm like, well, how much revenue are the Angels actually making? Because they're not even the Dodgers, who are the biggest draw in town in terms of like, L.A. But the baseball TV contract is so crazy that they can pay their entire roster just off of the TV contract. So before they sell a hot dog, before they sell a ticket to a game, before any of that, they're already making payroll. So they're printing And we like to a lot of times focus on what actual players making. You have an owner that's willing to cut a check to one person for $430 million over 13 years. How much do we think he's making? That's right there. You did.
The question. I don't know. And I feel a little ignorant, which I'll admit, I am a little ignorant. I don't feel, because I'm not necessarily familiar with the finances of baseball specifically. Being in we're aware of how sports finances work. Here's my thing. I've seen the decline of baseball through the years, and baseball is one of those sports where ticket sales definitely aren't what they once were. And so it's kind of like, okay, people aren't going to games like that.
Well,
but television revenue.
It's a little different for them though, because they're in LA, and from my understanding, they do very well. Like in terms of ticket sales, the Angels and the Dodgers. A lot of it is because baseball is an outdoor game. So if you're in the East Coast and it's nice and cold and all that, you don't want to be out there. But if you're in LA and the weather is beautiful, people take in ball games a lot more over there.
Okay.
And
that's a good point.
And and they also have a huge Latino community who loves baseball, the Dominican community. And don't cuss me, because some people always tell me that I always mix up Latino and Spanish and that whole nine, and I don't feel like getting a lesson right now. But let's just say that community over there supports baseball. Casey Mack is in our group chat. He says that the Angels are actually banking on him being the best ever. And that's actually possible with the way he started. He started his career as a rookie, being the best rookie. I mean, he's pretty much been the best player in baseball since he's been in baseball. Like, one, if not number one, number two, since the day he stepped foot in the major league. So it's quite possible we could be in the midst of watching the greatest player ever. Now,
we could be witnessing
what comes
the GOAT.
with that, though, what comes with that, though, is postseason success, which he hasn't had as of yet. But, at this point, you got to lock him down, but that's just a lot of money. But, they definitely have ridiculous TV deals that's going to help with that, and, we'll see what happens. We just thought it was interesting considering that someone just got a $330 million and you pop up with a $430, and you can't even knock him. A lot of people were thinking that he was going to come to the Phillies as well. People was like, the whole rumor was, okay, they got Harper, now they're going to get Trout when he becomes a free agent. The Angels were like, nope, not going to happen. We're going to give him a deal that he'd be crazy not to sign. He's not going anywhere. So, salute to him for getting that bread. It's just interesting as time goes on. Now, again, I don't know who the next up is. I don't know who's in the minors or in school right now that's the next up. But as time goes on, seeing these contracts is just going to be interesting, man. I want to see when someone first crosses the $500 million mark, because we're getting close, man. We are definitely getting close. And Casey Mack put another point. He says, what's his taxes going to look like?
Yeah, his taxes going to be crazy. But my man Aroyd has already crossed the $500 million. I know it wasn't in one contract,
that's with two. Yeah, that's with two contracts. We talking about one individual contract. But my man, his taxes is about to be crazy. He about to fund the whole war by himself.
Shout out to Jimmy for saying, it don't matter. He did it in $250 million contracts. We talking about
because here's the thing. If he doesn't break down, Casey Mack also pointed that out, that the biggest thing is him breaking down. But he's still fairly young. He might get another deal.
No! If he gets too big, I quit everything. I quit. I didn't do it right.
So
whatever it was, I didn't do it right.
People out there, getting your kids baseball trainers, man. We got to bring baseball back to the hood. Got to bring it back. Anyway, man, salute to Mike Trout. We'll see what happens. I'm, excited for baseball season, but had to bring up that bread because, man, that's a lot of bread. But listen, man, here's a topic that I definitely want to get your opinion on, because you are, a master of football, and we know that the Steelers, right? Just think about this. A couple years ago, the Steelers had arguably the best running back in football, arguably the best wide receiver in football, and coming into this season, they will have neither. Now, Le'Veon Bell, who's now a New York Jet, he says that part of the reason he left was Big Ben. And he threw some shots on his way out at Big Ben and how Big Ben, gets different treatment. He runs things, how he treats people. And as he said, what he said, it's like players are like coming out of everywhere disrespecting Big Ben and painting this picture of Big Ben, which isn't too pleasant. So what's your opinion on what's going on with the Steelers? Like, they've always been a very consistent franchise. I'm not even going to say team. I'm going to say franchise because they've given their coaches long leashes, unlike other teams. They've had a lot of success. But what's going on now? We've never seen this before.
I think that we haven't. It's kind of unprecedented. I think that Big Ben being a poor leader, a low character guy, and just an overall negative is probably the worst kept secret in football. People are aware, but I just think they've never seen teammates or ex-teammates turn on another NFL player like this. And these rumors are not unfounded. So we know some of them to be true.
There was rumors that he was like fumbling the ball on purpose because he didn't like to call the offensive coordinator. I don't know.
Yeah.
The play they're talking about, who knows? But it's like some of the stuff that
I saw the play. I saw the play. I saw it. They had it on tape. And normally, for other people, I may give the benefit of the doubt. But in analyzing the play, all right. So it was a halfback dive. It was a running back dive following a lead fullback. And just from a common sense standpoint, we know how good Big Ben is. Big Ben is borderline Hall of Famer, maybe not even borderline. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's borderline at this point. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I think he's a Hall of Famer. We know what's up there. Have you ever seen someone mistakenly hand the fullback the ball? Like the fullback had no clue he was getting the ball, and the running back was like, "Yo, I mean, give me the route." Like what happened? I can't give Ben the benefit of the doubt on a play like that because it just doesn't that's a mistake that you don't make at that stage in the game and at this stage in his career. So I believe it. I believe it from the things I know of him. He hated Todd Haley with a passion. Todd Haley hated him. Apparently, from what we can see, his relationship with Antonio Brown and Le'Veon was trash, and people are aware of who and what he is. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And now in an era where everything comes out and even the locker room isn't really sacred anymore, are we surprised that the secrets of the locker room are being revealed? I don't think so. We're in the 24/7 news cycle, and it has to be said. So I'm not surprised.
That's another point too. Like in the past, these things would never come out because the sort of locker room was secret. I don't know if it was necessarily always sacred, but it hasn't been as open as it is now. Because even back in the day, you hear stories about people that leaked from the locker room, but it's like not like it is now. Everything is this wide open, and that's the times we're in. But this is think about the way things were released back then. It would be an anonymous player that would go to a major pundit or news outlet and whisper it in his ear. Now, dudes is just coming out, all willy-nilly with no risk for no apparent care for life or limb or career. Like, yeah. When I was in Pittsburgh, blah, 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 blah. Like, they're not even afraid of the repercussions in terms of other teams saying, yo, he's not good for the locker room because he's a snitch. Like, they're not worried about that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
About that. It is right about that. That's an even bigger point. This is where we are. So, like, what happens after this, right? So, because I mean, people could argue about whether Le'Veon got what he wanted. I know he got more guaranteed money. We could argue about whether he played himself or not, but the fact is, he paid. And Tony Brown said what he said, and he got, a new team like he wanted. So what happens? What does anything happen as a result of this? Like this whole thing in Pittsburgh, is it a sign of like bigger things to come, where cats will just be throwing their quarterbacks under the bus, like and talking greasy about their coaches, like, or it's just an isolated incident within Pittsburgh, or this is what we have to look forward to because we are in a different time?
I don't think it's going to become a regular thing, but I don't think it's going to be something that's as taboo as it was in the past. I think that we could begin to see every now and again someone come and speak out, because people are encouraged to share their feelings and let people know what's going on. And so, there's a mixture of good and bad in that. There is no discretion. There is no line drawn in the sand. So guys are just, we're dealing with a more emotional athlete. We're dealing with an athlete that is concerned with mental health now. So under the guise of those two things, you're going to see more commentary from participants in the game at all levels of sports, I believe.
Now, yeah, but with that being said, though, there is something about this situation that makes it unique. Like I said, that was arguably the best wide receiver and best running back. Everybody can't talk like that. If you're a random dude, you start talking like that, the league will X you out. You know what I'm saying? Like the league is X people out for less.
No, only if you're protesting the biases and negativity against African American people in this country. Outside of that, they're not really that concerned.
I threw that.
They're not really.
I threw that for you. You dumped the oop. But my point is,
give me oop.
My point is like it's a little different to be like, the best at your position. It's sort of like what I call the T.O. effect. Like T.O. was talking all kinds of greasy, but it got to a certain point in his career where it's like you still can play, but it's putting up with this greasiness at this point.
You're going to end up in Buffalo running with nobody.
Pretty much. It go. Yeah.
Well, let me ask this. Let me flip that, because we're talking about arguably the best running back and best receiver in the game, right? When was it that tandem of best receiver, best running back actually produced the Super Bowl? So now it boils down to how valuable is that to have that tandem, that explosiveness, because right now the guys that win Super Bowls are hard hat and lunch pail guys whose salaries aren't that much higher than, lawyers and doctors in the New England.
You are absolutely correct. That's a whole different conversation, right? Because now we're talking about the success on the field, the X's and O's. And you're absolutely right. When you think about all the diva wide receivers that have come across the league, most of them I don't think resulted in championships, whether we talking about Ocho Cinco, Randy Moss, T.O., these guys who are like boisterous and express themselves, don't really translate into championships. So it really comes down to your quarterback, which is why Ben has the leverage he has. Ben is a two-time Super Bowl champion, and like you said, probably Hall of Famer. But it's also something that, I can't see this not hurting Ben in the overall grand scheme of things, because outside of the things you've already produced, now you're being looked at as a douchebag. So do cats want to play for you? Like, and I know everybody doesn't lead this way. Everybody's not a boisterous leader. Hey, guys, do this. We got to win one for the Gipper and all that. But the way that the picture that's being painted of him is somebody you don't even want to be around, like a complete douchebag. So,
man, NFL players are the most indoctrinated, step and fetch it bunch of athletes there are. They ain't got no real problem with Ben as long as them checks come in, man. If them checks come in, they gonna play with you.
That's possible. But point though, it wouldn't shock me if the Steelers actually had more success at getting rid of these guys, because they don't transfer championships. You look at
spread the ball around.
Yeah, you look at a team like the Patriots, or even the Eagles that won the year before that, or you want to go to whoever you want to go to. It comes down to quarterback play, but the number one thing is the fat boys in front. Fat boys win Super Bowls. I gotta make that a T-shirt because it's a fact. Like offensive and defensive linemen is the game is won. So,
right.
So you're right. When you start talking about it from a football standpoint, I don't know how much it will affect the Steelers, but it's just interesting to see an organization that's been like the model organization. Like, I'm not talking about the recent success of the Patriots. I'm talking about overall. When you talk about the best franchise
even your example is a great one because take the Patriots out of it. Even though they set the tone, take them out. When you examine my Philadelphia Eagles, we won with Alshon Jeffrey as our number one receiver. Now, no disrespect to him. He's a quality wide receiver, but I think we rate him higher than he is nationally. It's like the Mike Quick conversation. You and I, growing up in Philly, we might be, yeah, we got Mike Quick. If you go to San Diego and say, yo, we got Mike Quick, they're going to be like, you? Who? Same with Alshon. Who?
Oh, no.
Like, so.
No, I'm saying like just in general in terms of, I mean, the Steelers have 6 championships, right? So the Patriots got how many? What was this one they just got? Their 5th or 6th?
The 6th.
Yeah, the Patriots went so much. Yeah, Patriots, I'm like, they went so much that since they're number 6. So, I mean, somebody tell me in the chat room, was this they just got? Was that 5 or 6? Or group chat? Either one. But either way, they're up there. But they got theirs in bunches. The reason I call the Steelers like the model franchise overall, because even if you look at the teams, right? So you got the Niners up there somewhere, the Packers up there somewhere, but they won theirs in like they had runs. The Steelers have been competitive for decades. Like every decade, they're competing for a championship, which is different than just having went through a run where you're just like it's like I always talk about the Chicago Bulls. At the Michael Jordan run, but outside of that, But the Steelers are consistent, and even the way they run their entire organization has been amazing. But this is like something different. So, we'll see how this whole thing plays out. But you are right in terms of the level of success that these kind of position players really add. If you don't have the fat boys up front and the quarterback who makes smart decisions and not turn the ball over, it doesn't matter how great your wide receiver is. It just really doesn't. You know what I mean? Anyway, so salute to Le'Veon and Antonio for letting their hands go because I've been finding their commentary completely funny. Talking about Ben Roethlisberger, as we call him, just give it here. And for those who don't know why we call him that, look up his history. So that's the one thing I can say. Your man, Paul, Big Ben. Let me ask you a question about this. So in football, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, shout out to DJ Willie G, and also shout out to Tobias for their squad. But the Buccaneers have made history. They become the first NFL team to hire 2 full-time female assistant coaches. What are your thoughts on this, B. Austin?
They've been the first to do what? Repeat that.
They have hired 2 full-time female assistant coaches.
I think that now more than ever is the time. You're seeing a female superstar that was traded from the Giants to the Cleveland Browns. You're seeing more and more feminine participation in the sport. So now is the time. It's more of an emotional game. It's more tied into, how you're feeling and how you can create an emotional connection with your fan base. So, yeah, shout out to them, man.
Yo.
Shout out to Tampa Bay.
Yo, I'm not going to comment on that because it was all kinds of toxicity within the comment. So I'm going to leave that alone. But the 2 female coaches are Lori Lucas and Maral. Her last name is Jadifar. I'm going to take a stab at it and say Java Defar. So they're the full-time female coaches, the first in franchise in NFL history.
Chewbacca's too far.
Was a defensive line coach. Locus was a defensive line coach in the the Alliance of American Football, Birmingham Iron. So coached as an intern for the Baltimore Ravens. So she's been like trying to work her way up, and and she's been given an opportunity. So we'll see if this plays out, man. I want to see how it plays out, whether they become good coaches and that opportunity to be coordinators or possibly head coaches. Who knows? But I think it's dope. I think it's absolutely dope. We'll see what happens. I mean, salute to the Buccaneers for taking a stab at it. If nothing else, they got some publicity for it. They don't mind that.
Salute to a storied, salute to a storied and historical franchise.
Here, my only problem with it, well, not problem, my concern with this is we got to keep Jameis away from him because, we don't want him in any more trouble. We definitely got to keep Jameis away from him. But other than that, a dope story. Jameis, be safe though. Steelers have 6. Steelers went from 1980 to 2006 in between chips. This is absolutely true, but they were competing for chips all throughout there. They made several AFC championship games. But the fact of the matter is they won one in 80 and they won one in 2006. And they competed throughout the 90s as well. Like, how many losing seasons do the Steelers have as a franchise? Like, they're always in the mix. But my question actually was, the one that the Patriots got, was that 6 or was that 5? That's what I was trying to figure out. Skyview, who's in the chat room. But anyway, man, the big story in sports today is that it's March Madness. So this is a glorious time going on now for the NCAA college basketball, or as I call it, the cartel, who steals money. The games have started today. B. Austin, I don't know if you fill out a whole bracket or what you have, but let me pull up my to see.
Of my world is in Zion. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, we already know. That Zion Williamson, a.k.a. now the Joy, who is someone calling the last college basketball star. Like, he's a complete star. But let's see. So LSU has already won. LSU and Yale, they were the 3 seed. Yale was the 14 seed. LSU moved on. Maryland just beat Belmont. Maryland was a 6 seed. Belmont was the 11th seed. So Maryland wins that game. The Terrapins move forward. So that what else has happened already? Michigan State, number 2 seed. And all these things that I'm talking about, this is in the East, the Southeast bracket. Let me see. So Michigan State beat Bradley. Bradley was a 15 seed. Michigan State, the 2 seed. They moved on. So that happened. Like I said, this is all in the East. The East is in the house. Oh my God, danger. Let's go. It's the other side. So nothing over there to report as of yet, but the games have started. But B. Austin, here's what I gotta ask you, man. I gotta ask you. You said Zion. You're gonna roll with Zion overall, but who do you have in your Final Four?
I have Duke, UNC,
Yeah.
Xavier, and UCLA.
Yo, I'm looking for preview. I'm like, I'm looking for Xavier. Like, where's Xavier at in the? I don't even have time to find him. I'm not gonna give him 4. My 4 are Duke, Michigan, North Carolina, and my home bias, I'm going with the Villanova Wildcats. In the finals, I have Duke playing Carolina. And because I think everything is fixed, I think Duke's going to win. Zion's going to walk off as the champion, and he's going to be the reason they win. But I think Duke and Carolina is what they want in the finals. So,
Oh, yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Definitely.
It's very exciting.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And by the way, Scott, you got me that answer. Patriots now have 6. What's their 6th championship that they just got this past year? So they're right up there with the Steelers in terms of being tied at 6. So with that being said, though, everybody out there, let me know who you got in your Final Four, man. Everybody going Duke. I haven't seen one person yet that doesn't have Duke at least in their Final Four. You know what I mean? So, that's what it is. But, salute to the tournament. Salute to all these gentlemen getting a chance to play on national TV. Salute to all the gamblers out there, because that's what it's really about. It's really about the gamblers. It's really about those pools at work. Salute to everybody playing a pool at work. You know what I mean? And salute to everybody that's going to be salty when Duke loses, because I think Duke going to sell us all out. I got Duke either winning the whole thing or losing to a team they have no business losing to, one or the other.
Yeah, I got the upset special all day. Andre Barrett gonna get a bag to take the dive. He mad that Zion is better than
him. Yo. Moving on though, before we get into anything else, I want to give you the stat of the week. It's about the run with more Germans to Adolf. My man Dirk Nowitzki, he just surpassed Wilt Chamberlain to be the number 6 spot on the NBA's all-time scoring list with over 31,000 points, 31,424 points. So Dirk, in his gazillionth year, has passed Wilt. He's put up all kinds of crazy numbers. Who would have thought that we'd be mentioning Dirk in the same breath as Wilt, considering how soft he used to be? At least that's my opinion. I'm on record saying how I don't think Dirk would have ever become the player he is until he got him a sister. But that's either here nor there. Where do you have Dirk all time? Because I think this is an interesting conversation, because when you talk about position players, right? So Dirk, many would consider him, he's a power forward. You may want to call him small forward position. He's as you call him, unpowerful forward. Where does he rank all time though? Like, we know his scoring ability. Not an athlete really, but where does Dirk rank though? He's definitely not top 5. Is Dirk top 10? Is Dirk top 20 players of all time?
Top 20, 25 probably. And here's the thing, right? So we've devised a great criteria that can be used to gauge eligibility for the Hall of Fame. And one of the things that we do is, can you tell the story of the game?
You can't.
Sans said player. Not without Dirk, right?
You can't.
You can't. Was he at any given time the very best at his position or top 3? Was he top? I
think he was. I think that one year Dirk had where he came back with an attitude and he won MVP of the league. He probably was the best player in the league that year. Like that one year, he had that one year where he was just playing out of his mind. He won MVP. So I think that Dirk, he could check that box off too. I don't think he had one like 4 or 5 year span.
He had one year.
For 1 year, I think he was best.
He had 1 year where you think he was the best, and that's fine. We can agree to disagree, but I will admit that he was definitely top 2, top 3. So I get where you're going with that. That year, if we're weighing him based on that 1 year, I get you, no doubt. But how long did he sustain? How long did he sustain that top 3, top 2 dominance at the position? Not even necessarily in the league overall, but just at the position. Would you take, Dirk over KG?
No. And that's
would you
point.
take Dirk?
He played with KG and Duncan were the 2 best at his position. So most of his career, they were the 2 best at his position. But that 1 year, and I think that 1 year Dirk was shooting over 50%.
No. I know. That 1 year. That 1 year, he channeled his inner Larry Legend, and he was Das Negro Killer. But my question is, what on a sustained basis, for as long as he played, how long would you count him in the top 3 at his position? And I have that 1 year, but when I take that year away, and I'm not even arguing for him not to be Hall of Fame. I'm kind of using this criteria to really judge where I'm going to put him all time, because I don't think he's better than his two contemporaries that we mentioned. I definitely don't. I don't think he's better than Charles. I don't know that he's better than Karl, and I want him to be better than Karl because I hate Karl Malone.
Yeah,
was he better than LJ?
Better than any of them. So we're talking about. All right, so we talk about power forwards. I mean, top three that always get mentioned would be Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, and Tim Duncan, right? But then you got KG in there, so that's four. So it's interesting, man. Like, I've heard someone try to make the argument to me. Now, I didn't want to hear it, that he wasn't even as good as Sheed. I'm like, well, I'm not going to say that.
He wasn't as good as who?
Because she.
Oh, no, that's – yo, I love – listen, we love us Rasheed Wallace, but no. Rasheed didn't even want to play half the time unless he felt the competition was up to his part. So we can't throw him in the conversation.
Dirk's resume speaks for itself. It puts him in elite company. But you're right. That's the whole thing with thinking about his career. Like, when you think about his career, he may have only been the best at his position for 1 year. Like, literally. But it's like, at this point, like,
it's tough, man. It's tough because I can name, if I really think about it, if I really concentrate, there's guys.
All right, let me ask you a question. Is he better than Kevin McHale?
Right.
Is he better than Kevin McHale?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's better than Kevin.
Those listening, I got everybody on Facebook, Twitter, the chat. Where do y'all put him at?
I think Jimmy, I overrate Kevin McHale. I think I overrate Kevin McHale.
It's funny, right? So Casey Mack said he's the second best foreign player ever behind Elijah. I think he's the best European player ever. I always forget that Elijah Wan is a foreign player because it's interesting you say that. But I think he's definitely the best European player. And also Casey Mack points out in the group chat, he says the year that he won the chip, they swept Kobe, then they beat in the Western Finals, and then they went up against the Heatles and they beat Wayne. They beat D. Wade, Brian Bosch. So he ran through a whole list of that year. He ran through a whole list of famous that chip.
All right, I'm gonna ask you this because I can get a decent answer. If I ask anyone that's under 30, they're gonna be disrespectful.
He clarified him. He said no. He said, no, they didn't beat Duncan that year. They actually beat OKC with Durant and Russ. So it wasn't Duncan. But still, that's two more Hall of Famers. And his best teammate during that run, listen to this, though. His best teammate during that run was Jason Terry.
Kevin, the Jet was hard. The Jet was the closer. But question is, all right, you brought up Kevin McHale. Kevin McHale on the low, I don't think he's better than Chris Bosh. Now, is Dirk better than Chris Bosh?
Yeah.
Is that true? Chris Bosh was 23. Chris was 23 and 12. And the other thing I'm gonna ask you. I'm not just gonna assume, but you don't penalize Dirk for not being a rebound. Dirk, I could get more boards than Dirk in an NBA game. Dirk used to get, Dirk rebounding is closer to Robert Horry than it is to most elite level power forwards.
Let's see what Dirk's career rebounding average is.
Watch what I tell you.
At his position.
I'll watch what I tell you. I think I know what it is, but I'm not going to tell you.
All right, let me ask you. I got it right here. I want to see what your opinion is. Take a guess. Who do you think it is?
What do I think his rebounds are?
Yeah.
7 a game.
Close. It's about 8, about 7.6, about 8. So you're here. He's about an 8 rebound. 8 rebound per game guy.
Jimmy.
Right,
you can't play 30 minutes a game and be 7 feet and only get 7 boards. There's small forwards that rebounded way back. Yo, Russell Westbrook is a better rebounder than Dirk Nowitzki. Yo, come on, man. I'm penalizing that dude for that, man. Yo, no, you cannot be 7 feet. I do the same thing to Shaq. If I do it to Shaq, I got to do it to Dirk, because Shaq was 7'11" and 3 million pounds and only got like 11 boards. I got penalized him. I got to penalize dude, man.
KG averaged 10 boards. KG averaged 10 boards, but Dirk averaged like 4 more points than KG.
But KG would give you 20, 20, 20, 20, and 20. Yo, KG.
So, God, okay, let me know where Dirk falls off. I'm interested to see what people have Dirk at.
And then also
James Worthy. James Worthy was a small forward, but
James is small. James was small, yeah. Where do you place? What knock do you give dude for his defensive liability, or doesn't that matter to you?
No, it does matter. Obviously, it matters. We talk about like well-rounded players, and we just brought up Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon, who did pretty much everything in life well, even after football. He's just winning in life.
Yo, they used to switch Hakeem. They used to switch Hakeem on the screens, and he would be up the point guard and get steals. So that tells you what he was about.
Yo, we got a call line. I think it's Casey Mack right here. You in the war room? What's going on?
What's going on, man?
What up?
Hey, y'all better give Dirk Nowitzki some love.
Nah, I'm not taking any love. Yo,
hold on.
He's the best.
Hold on.
Before
we
this is Casey Mack, right?
Yes.
Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, you're calling from Dallas, right?
Most certainly.
Dallas Mavericks.
I just want to give our listeners some context. We're talking about Dirk Nowitzki from the Dallas Mavericks, and you're calling in from Dallas. So, all right, so go ahead. Tell us about Dirk.
Like I said in the chat room, I'm not going to disrespect Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem Olajuwon's the most dominant and the best foreign player ever to lace him up. Dirk is right behind him. Dirk, 31,000 points. One team.
I mean, if you play 19 years and you are good, you're going to get a lot of points.
But you know what? Okay, but what I'm getting at is this. Dirk did not leave Dallas to go to a super team. He stayed in Dallas
I give him respect. I respect him. I respect him.
He was always the best player.
I don't know.
Hey.
But I don't think anybody's disrespecting. Casey Mack, hear me out real quick. Hear me out, and I want to hear your opinion on this, because I don't think any of us are disrespecting Dirk. We're just trying to figure out where does he fall all time, because for someone with his abilities, his resume, it's hard to kind of place him, because he had the 1 year, in my opinion, which he was the best in the league and the best in his position. But for the most part of his career, he wasn't the best in his position. He wasn't the best player in the league. He was very consistent. So, like, where do you rank him all the time? We're not going to put him in the top 5. He's not up there with the Jordans, the Magics,
He is not even. Dirk is not even in the top 20. Dirk is not in the top 20.
Okay. All right.
What? He's not better than Duncan, but he's better than KG.
Whoa!
Yes, I said it.
Relax.
I said it.
Hold up.
I said it because KG never carried the team.
Better than Duncan.
No. No. Five championships. No, he's not better. If you want to go by stats, then okay. But we're talking about carrying a team.
You gotta put context. You gotta put context on that though, because when you start using the championship argument, he never carried. I mean, he didn't carry Minnesota.
Dirk was in the same conference as KG. Dirk was in the same conference as KG. He went to San Antonio just like KG had to. The Lakers, just like
Well,
KG had to.
hold on, though.
Oklahoma City, just like KG had to.
Hear me out, Casey Mack. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm also not saying you're right. I'm saying you're wrong. I just don't think it's as clear cut as you think it is, because there's context to that. I mean, Tim Duncan was arguably the greatest ever.
Why do we jump on LeBron? How come LeBron ain't better than Jordan? How come LeBron ain't better than Kobe? What are we talking about? Because LeBron's stats are better. We talk about LeBron.
You said that we
talk about Kobe because of championship.
Casey. That's the wrong path to go with Jimmy, because Jimmy might agree with some of them people that LeBron is better than Jordan. He might. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I never said he wasn't better than them. You talking to the wrong person.
Not necessarily you, but the masses say LeBron would never be better than Mike and Kobe because of the championships.
Real quick, Casey Mack. The masses are stupid. The masses also say that Jordan is better than Russell. Don't want to apply that same argument. So how can you have it both ways? You do what I'm saying? Like, so to me, the masses are stupid. I never care what the masses think. I'm just saying that there's context to every argument. Let's not ignore that. For you just to say that Dirk is better than KG, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but something I want to think about, and I'm actually going to make it a versus and put it on our page if we haven't already done it, because I want to see what more people think, because I think that's an interesting argument. I think you can make the argument either way. If someone told me KG is better than Dirk, I'm like, okay, cool. If someone tells me Dirk is better than KG, I can see that too. I can see both.
KG was a better rebounder and defender, but not a better scorer. Dirk was a better scorer.
Okay.
He was a better shooter from three-point line.
So what do you put a premium on? What do you put a premium on?
I'm putting the premium on the fact that the team that he played on, he got them to the chip twice from the West, and he won he swept Kobe. He beat Durant and Russ. He beat Miami. Something that KG would never. He could have done it. KG couldn't get out of the first round. He played with the Boston.
He didn't go to Boston. He was traded.
Well, when he went to Boston, that's when he got out of the first round. He never got out of the first round.
Guess what he did?
He got to the conference finals one time with Sprewell. And
hold on though.
Other than that,
hold on. But that's what I'm saying. He's playing with. But listen though, when he got to Boston, they actually beat Kobe in the finals, right? And they beat a lot better Kobe team. They beat a lot better. You can say. But guess what? He didn't sign as a free agent.
Line up and look at the Dallas Mavericks. Look at the Dallas Mavericks. Hey, we had Eric Dampier on our team in 2006 and got to the finals. We have bums on our damn team.
You ready to argue, and I'm not arguing about you with this. All I'm saying is the team that he beat in the finals with the Lakers isn't the team that Dallas beat in the playoffs. You didn't beat Gasol, Odom, and Bynum. You didn't beat them at their apex. KG
we
did.
Swept them. We swept them.
Not that same team.
Bullshit.
Not that same team.
Gasol when Kobe was on that team.
What year was it?
Gasol. 2011.
Let's see. 2000.
All three of them on that team.
Hold up, though. What year did the Lakers play the Celtics in the finals?
Shit, 08?
08. Yeah, that was 08.
I thought that was later than that. It was 08, okay.
Dude,
well, that definitely wasn't the same team, though. By the time, hold on, though. By the time the Mavericks swept the Lakers was coached by Brown. They didn't even have that. Wasn't even the same team.
Don't start that shit.
It's a fact.
Don't start that.
Mike Brown is the worst coach that ever lived.
Kobe still averages 30 points a game. Gasol is still relevant. Come on, man. Don't start that. And Dirk
don't start.
Dirk is older than Kobe and Gasol.
Hold on, I'm literally just stating facts. I'm not making any argument. You're gonna argue. I'm just stating facts, dog. Like I'm literally just stating the facts. That's a fact.
I'm stating facts too. Like
you
I said,
telling me
people
don't
are not
start,
going to give Dirk. Dirk is not going to give.
Well, ain't swept him.
Hey, you know how you said earlier how a player on your football team, Mike Quick, he made more important to Philly than the rest of the world. The same rules apply for Dirk.
I mean, that's fine.
Dirk can't do nothing wrong here in Dallas. But everybody else,
yeah, but we ain't in Dallas.
No, what I'm saying, I'm giving you the same analogy. Mike Quick is important to Philly fans, but no one else in the country really who's Mike Quick. You know,
I think
the
we
same rules
also
apply.
Philly fans don't even care about Mike Quick either, though. But I understand what you're saying.
What I'm saying is, you know, your local players.
Trying to argue, but we weren't even. Here's what's funny about this, Casey Mack. We weren't even.
We arguing.
Dirk.
We were arguing on the KG thing. We were arguing. I say he's better than KG. I still think that.
But you're not listening to me because I'm not arguing. I'm not even arguing you that. I'm not arguing it. I said you could be right. I just don't know if you're right. But at the same time, here's what I'll say. The fact of the matter is, you're calling in hyped up, right? And the funniest thing about this is, you ranked Dirk lower than us. You said he's not even top 20. We had him in the top 25. So you calling and yelling at us, but you saying you ranked him lower than us.
You helped me out because I wanted to say that Dirk is not top 20, but I was on the fence about it. I think you helped me out because that's as far as I'm willing
right now. We can name 20 NBA players right now.
How are you
not 20?
How are you yelling at us when you saying he's worse than we was?
I'm not yelling. I just got high vocal cords.
No. Okay. But you know what though? Here's what I can tell you about Dirk though. Here's what I can tell you about Dirk. In about 10 years, he'll be forgotten anyway, and I'm gonna tell you why. Maybe in Dallas he'll always be a star there, but for the masses, the guys you like to talk about, the masses, Dirk will be forgotten. Because at this point, we all agree Tim Duncan is a far better player than Dirk. Tim Duncan is forgotten. And I mean, it's sad to say that's how it's going to be.
What?
Dirk will be forgotten.
You know what helps Dirk, though? You know what helps Dirk? That 31,000 points helps Dirk. You don't even know how many points Tim Duncan has.
No, I don't.
Tim Duncan got about 25 or 26,000.
But here's the thing, though.
But,
the thing, though. The only reason I don't know how many points Dirk got is because he just. No, here's my thing though. I don't know. Only reason I don't know how many points he got is because we're doing a show and he just recently passed. I don't know how many points Carmichael got either. I know he's up there somewhere.
But he's number 2. You know he's number 2 all the time. You know Dirk is top 10.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
top 6 now. But what I'm getting, you might be right, and that might be because he's scoring. I don't know because of his personality. I don't know.
Yeah.
My whole point in this is you helped me out because I was on the fence as to whether I wanted to say Dirk was top 20 or top 25, and I know in my heart of hearts he's top 25. I don't believe that Dirk Nowitzki is a top 20 player of all time. I think he's the best shooting big. He's the best shooting big that we've ever seen. Yeah. But I have him somewhere between 30 and 25. I think I can name 25 players that's better.
I
don't know why I'm asking you this. I don't know why I'm asking you this because you can't be objective. But Skyview has a great question in our chat room. Elvin Hayes or Dirk Nowitzki? Because Elvin Hayes is another great power forward.
And like I said, has anybody ranked him in the top 20?
No.
And you know what?
But I don't
Unfortunately,
think Dirk either.
Okay, do we even rank him in the top 30?
Elvin Hayes. I mean,
you know what's going to hurt Elvin Hayes?
Elvin Hayes averaged over. Listen, we're talking about power forward now. Elvin Hayes averaged over 20 points and like 13 boards. That's an average.
Okay,
that's not.
But you know what the thing is?
Wow.
What they're going to say is this: did he win a chip? And that's what will put Dirk over Elvin Hayes.
I don't. Wait.
I don't do that. That chip.
I don't do that.
Listen, that chip is 31,000 points.
Crazy, man. That's intellectually lazy. Was Dirk better than Chuck?
That chip and 31,000 points will elevate
Was Dirk better than was Dirk better than Chuck?
No.
and Chuck ain't got no chips, so
But Barkley has no chip, and Barkley has no championship. So
but you know what?
Here?
We've always said that Barkley is probably the best 6 foot forward of all time, right?
Dirk better? Is Dirk better than Carl? Is Dirk better than Carl? Is Dirk better than Carl?
I get your point.
I wish I could say yes to that
I just
want
to. Go ahead.
I just want to tell y'all that Elvin Hayes' rookie season, right, as a rookie, he played 82 games. He averaged 28 points and 17 rebounds. So, and just to prove it wasn't a fluke, second year, 28 points, 17 rebounds. Third year, 17 rebounds.
Would he had those same numbers in today's games?
In today's game, listen. In today's
I'm
game,
not a genie, so I don't know.
Board.
Because nobody's getting you 28 and 17 in today's game. So I'm gonna say the competition back then was crap.
That's trash. First off,
Wilt Chamberlain is not averaging 50 points a game in a season in today's game. Ain't happening.
Well, first off, we're talking about Elvin Hayes, who played into the 80s.
See, it's actually easier to rebound in today's game because there's less people down there to get it.
And even beyond that, Casey, I love when people tell me
you don't have
what would
there
happen.
ain't nobody in the NBA. The top rebounder in the NBA ain't getting you 17 rebounds.
Listen
the
real quick.
The number one rebounder in the league ain't getting 17 boards a game.
Casey Mack, let us talk, man, because let's have a conversation here. Stop trying to Brody us. All I'm saying is, I love when people tell you what definitively will happen. None of us know what will happen, but what I can say is the argument of no competition back then, that's the laziest argument I've ever heard. Because, in fact, it was more competition because it was less teams.
Numbers were inflated,
watered down as the league is now.
Numbers were inflated.
You don't think numbers are inflated in 2019? Numbers aren't inflated in 2019?
Hey, okay, you know what? The players are supposed to be bigger, better, and stronger, and they ain't putting the numbers up the guys back then. Why is that?
Because the guys didn't have the same level of athleticism, but they were more skilled. Let me talk. The guys were more skilled back then. And in fact, when you get a guy who is as athletic as these guys now, that's when you get a Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain was more athletic than anybody playing the game of basketball today.
Okay, so who was number two athletically to Wilt Chamberlain back then?
Well, it depends. You want to list the guys that Wilt played against?
How come Embiid? Why isn't Embiid getting you 20 rebounds?
And 7-footers. Wilt played against just as many athletes and 7-footers as anybody playing the game today. But people like to make this argument about the fact that, the competition wasn't as good. That's all. It's all BS. It's like I said, do your research. It's not true.
Why isn't Embiid giving you 20 rebounds? Why isn't Giannis giving you 20 rebounds? Why isn't DeAndre Jordan getting you 20 rebounds? How come Drummond is not averaging 20 rebounds?
I got you. Andre Drummond averaged 15 or 16, I believe.
That's not
right?
17. That's not 17
okay. I got you. I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna answer your question with Embiid because Embiid's big ass doesn't get down there as much as he should because he's fallen in love with taking J's and standing on the wing, and also in our offense, Ben Simmons can't shoot. Ben Simmons can't shoot, so he's got to drive. So you have to let Embiid wander out to the wing to give Simmons room, which takes him away from the basket.
Okay, the Drummond and DeAndre Jordan don't roam outside the paint. So why aren't they getting you 20 rebounds?
Well, first
20 boards
outside the paint because
okay, why aren't they giving you 17?
Most teams most teams only play with stretch bigs. Therefore, you have to defend a stretch big. People don't even post up anymore. The game has changed. It's a different game. But that's why they don't give you those rebounds. It's not that they can't give you those rebounds. The game has changed. You play with stretch
so
bigs
once again, would Elvin Hayes get you 17 boards as a rookie in the NBA right now?
How do you know what
No,
system
he would
is
not.
employed? That's what I'm saying. You're making an assumption.
You just told me. You just told me the stretch four.
No. You're not listening. Again, you're not listening. You are not listening. You are not listening. Because if Elvin Hayes played with today's players, what style of play would they be playing? Would they be playing a more back-to-the-basket game? Or would they be playing a more spread-out game? We don't know. You're just making assumptions. None of us know. I don't know either. This is why you can't take from generations and do that because we don't know this variable.
Also say this, Casey Mack, for as much running and as much as they are using stretch bigs, I just saw the number one influential team on today's game turn around and tell Boogie, here, we're going to give you 18 touches on the block. So it's not as if teams don't change. So the advantage you have in the ability with a set of players to put it closer to the basket, some teams will do that. Hence the reason Boogie got 18 touches on the block the other night. So it can happen. If you have Elvin Hayes and he's the transcendent talent that we believe him to be, maybe that coach puts him in a position to do what he does best, regardless of the trends of today's game. We don't know.
And by the way, just because people always like to say this whole thing about Wilt playing against midgets and unathletic people, I have a list of about 25 people above 7 foot that Wilt plays against. But I'm not going to waste my time doing that. Casey Mack, as usual, thank you for your call. We know your opinion is completely biased as you call from Dallas about Dirk Nowitzki. And I still find it funny that you're yelling at us and you Dirk lower than us. That's also amazing. So thanks for your call, homie.
We appreciate you, Casey.
Do me a favor. Name 25 legit NBA players and see if they're better than Dirk.
We'll do. We'll figure it out.
25 players better than Dirk? We'll do that.
You should, because and KG ain't one of them. I'm gone.
Dang, KG. Yo, KG must have had an IG model that he liked.
I see Mr. Bias online. You know what the world is going on?
Hey, I'm having a better day than that guy who leaked out that pocket change Kaepernick got. What's going on, fellas? Hey, with that little bit of money, he might as well go on to court. But y'all talking about basketball.
I know they said that they said less than $1 million. I don't know what the exact number is because a couple weeks ago they was talking about $80 million. Now they're saying it's less than $10 million. What's the truth?
That's my thing. My thing is, hey, I'm not even worried about if he's happy. That's his business. But, my thing is about basketball, and I hear people making the Ryan Hollins argument, talking about no competition and all this. Why the hell is the competition at now? We know one team going to win, and we just wondering they're going to lose a game in the playoffs. Where's the competition there?
That's a great point.
Yes, and everybody talking about athleticism. Andrew Wiggins is athletic. Is he any damn good? Minnesota would trade him for a two-piece mild, not spicy from Popeyes if they could.
Yeah. That's a very good point. Being athletic does not make you a good basketball player, i.e. C. James White. So that's a great point. Larry Bird couldn't jump over a stack of 2 nickels and a dime, and he was one of the greatest of all time.
You don't even have to say that. I mean,
look at James Harden.
We're sitting there arguing about Dirk. We talk about Dirk. We talk about how great Dirk is, but then in the same breath, we're going to talk about how many athletes there are. Dirk ain't no athlete.
Hell, I got one for you. James Harden is scoring on at will. No one's going to put him in a decathlon.
He's not a decathlete, but James is underrated athletic. Him and Paul Pierce suffer from the fact that they have the bodies that look like 40-year-old beer guzzlers, but their actual athleticism by measurements isn't that bad. Like Paul had damn near a 40-inch vert. Paul had a 40-inch vert coming out, and James Harden is up there as well.
Harden is shifty. I don't know about how athletic he is, but Tobias, my question is this though: where do you rank Dirk all the time? Where would you put him if you had to place him somewhere?
I got a devil's advocate for you. If Rasheed Wallace would have maxed out his ability, he could have been probably in the running for best power forward ever.
We can't have that. We can't. We big Rasheed.
No. But I'm saying because I always thought he had the talent. But the thing is, Dirk, I think KG is better than Dirk. KG, yes, he may not have jacked up threes like Dirk, but he could do more things as well. Like defensively, he can handle the rock, things like that.
Let me tell you about Sheed's problem, and everyone that's a part of the War Room will back this up because we've known him, but they've known him since high school. Rasheed only played hard when Rasheed wanted to play hard, and he only played hard when the greats came to town. So if you deemed yourself a great power forward or the media deemed you a great power forward, Rasheed was trying to put 30 on your head. But if you were just a bum, Rasheed wasn't really that interested.
And he has so much talent. But I think Dirk's like 25, 30. I think, I agree. Yeah, and it's like, y'all know I believe Michael Jordan's the greatest, right? And everybody compare him to LeBron. I never use rings because to me, a lot of times with championships, there's a lot of good fortune as well in championship runs also. Hell, think about it.
Absolutely.
So sometimes it don't take away from nobody. I always look at skill. Jordan was one of the greatest athletes of the position ever, but he always had the three-pointer wasn't even around when he was in high school. The three-point shot got put in like 1979. So and today's guys are learning it from the ground up.
Here's what I want to do. I want to name some players. I want you guys to say something when I name a player who isn't better than Dirk, right? So let's go Michael Jordan. Let's go LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Tim Duncan,
Isaiah Thomas,
Larry Bird. Okay, let's go Zeke. You don't think he's better than Zeke, right? All right, so I still haven't said
KD,
yet, right?
Charles Barkley.
Hold on, Oscar Robertson, Hakeem Olajuwon, Kevin Durant, Moses Malone, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor. I would even say Steph Curry. We said Charles Barkley, Karl Malone,
Durant.
How
KD.
about Scottie Pippen?
Nah. Hey, I gotta say this. The thing that D-Wade, you can't put him here, D-Wade, because I tell you what gonna knock Dirk, in my opinion. You cannot be the MVP.
John Stockton.
And you were fully healthy, and you lost in the first round to an AC.
John Stockton. I put somebody like
I got Dirk better. I got Dirk better than John Stockton, dog. That's me.
Do you? Based upon that criteria of being the best at your position, I think that Stockton was better at his position than Dirk was at his, in terms of where they ranked throughout their career.
Yeah, I could always name 3 point guards I thought were better than Stockton overall.
Okay. I mean,
he's
number 1 and 2.
Paul Pierce.
But I named way more than 25 at this point. So I think
Paul
we can
Pierce.
make 25 better than Dirk.
Jason Kidd.
Paul Pierce.
The glove. Gary Payton.
Hold up. I didn't bring up David Robinson. I didn't bring up Allen Iverson. Patrick
Wilkins.
So I think it's possible. Yeah, I think it's definitely possible. Anyway.
Yeah, but what I was saying about like Jordan, I always talk about skill set, and like behind athleticism, it wasn't just like jacking up threes. He can get to the rim, but that guy can operate mid range in the post. And I've been saying for years, I wish LeBron would operate more in the post because they give him a break offensively, and he's such a gifted passer that this whole 3-point revolution has taken away. is that you can still spread the court from the post because they got to double team you and somebody's open. And,
let me tell you something, Tobias. If LeBron James would have worked diligently on his footwork and developed two moves, just two post moves and their counters, LeBron James would have averaged a triple-double by now, easily. Not just a triple-double, but easily, because with his size, strength, and athleticism matched with footwork and skill, he would have commanded a double, if not a triple team on the block, because there's no small forward or wing player that would have been able to guard him. And so then you get mid-post, he would have trauminated, not just dominated, he would have trauminated. Like, he'd have averaged 35, 11, and 11. Like, I really believe that. I believe. What do you think about post LeBron's post work? If he'd have got a post game, what would he have done, Jimmy?
I don't know.
It's speculative.
They've legislated post game out of the game. Like, I don't know. When you watch basketball these days, you're not even allowed to post up. After 3 seconds, they be like, they blow a whistle. Like, they've literally legislated the post game out of the NBA. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if that was even possible. It's sort of like the game has changed because they want it to be the way it is, because they want it to be exciting. They're trying to get scoring up. They're trying to have Harden putting up 60 a game. They want Steph shooting threes from all over the place because it's exciting for the fans. Like, so the way we grew up watching basketball with guys getting in the post and like putting through a clinic that way, that's gone.
You know what? I saw a tournament game, right? I saw a tournament game and like how crazy people are about 3-pointers. The team was down 2, had a breakaway layup. He would have made it, tie the game late in the game. Probably going to OT. Kicked it out, try to shoot a 3, and it's like, dude, take the 2. And I think what happens is, ironic, I heard y'all talking to Casey Mack. Everybody trying to be Golden State. What does Golden State do? People don't understand how well-rounded Steph, Clay, and Durant are. And they give the ball to Boogie. Because if the threes don't fall, you could dump that ball in the block. Because that guy has a God-given advantage that maybe only Joel Embiid is better at than him.
Right. Agreed.
Sure.
Agreed.
Real quick, though, Slam Magazine ranked the top 100 players of all time. So here's what's funny. They actually have Kevin Garnett ahead of Dirk, but they got Garnett at 26 and Dirk at 27. So they got
people just like Dirk. And can I say this real quick before I run? I know a lot of basketball pundits last year were talking about how bad Cleveland front office was, right? Is the Lakers front office any better?
Absolutely not.
I don't think that the Lakers.
But you guys take it easy though.
Front office,
all right, bro.
How long do you give them before you can grade them, though? That's the question. Take it easy, though. Peace, Casey Mack. I mean, not Casey Mack.
No
Tobias, my apologies. And Massey had to come get him from talking, but a lot of conversation about Dirk, man. But salute to Dirk for passing Will anyway, man. But real quick, for those out there, check out our website at warroomsports.com. While you're at it, take your time and look around. Click on the Contact Us tab. Send us a message about our company or to inquire about sponsorship and advertising opportunities or joining our network. For general inquiries, you can email us info@warroomsports.com. While you're browsing the site, click on Memorabilia tab to buy War Room Sports merchandise. Click the blog tab to read our latest articles in the All Fair and Sports and War blogs, and click the respective icons and tabs to follow us on all social media platforms. You can also subscribe to our iTunes podcast, watch our podcast, and download our app. That's iOS or Android, everything. So join the JW Philly Realty chat room, which is blogtalkradio.com/The War Room to enter the chat room. Sign up free profile on Blog Talk Video. If you don't want to create an account, you can sign into your Facebook or Twitter accounts, and while you're at it, click follow to get updates and reminders about the show. We'll be taking questions and posts from everywhere, as we've been doing, from Facebook, Twitter, our group chat, the chat room, everywhere where we have people sending us messages. We will be talking about them during the course of the show. To call and speak with us, dial Digital Extreme Technologies hotline, which is 323-410-0012. Press 1 when prompted. If you're already listening from your phone, just press 1 if you want to talk. So we have to talk about some things that happened this past week while you were on the group. and this is brought to you by Sports the Book. Bottom line, it's the greatest sports book ever written, and I can say so because I wrote it. And you can get the book at sportsthebook.com or right at our hub at warroomsports.com. But real quick, we got to talk about some things that happened this past week while we were on the grind. B. Austin's favorite boxer, Adrian Broner, was caught riding Coach. You know, he always has, big bull talk. And someone caught him in coaching like we do with everything these days. They went on social media, they clowned him about him sitting in Coach. Adrian Broner, who's comical, is why I'm still comfortable. Whatever that means, man. But the boy who put it up on his IG story or whatever said, "Yo, this boy is broke." You think Adrian Broner is having some financial difficulties, or he was just being real smart with his money? What you think about Adrian Broner riding Coach, man?
Definitely think that he doesn't have the money that he fronts with. I think Adrian Broner has been able to master the paper, the blank paper underneath the $100 bill trick. That's what I believe. So
but here's the thing though, man. Like, and I heard this from somebody who works on like a video, works with certain artists. And the new trick is they don't even do no more. The new trick is buy prop money, right? So you can go to Amazon now and buy prop money, but
buy prop money. Wow.
The person that told me this did. I'm not even gonna put the name out there because I don't want to ruin it. But they did work with a certain artist known as Black Youngster, and they did work with him personally, and they kind of put me D with what's going on now. The new trick is you just go to Amazon, you get some prop money, and make your own IG videos.
Money ain't the root of all evil now. We was told that by wise looking like attention is.
Yeah, pretty much. So Adrian Broner, man, I Coach, salute to AB, man. About billions usually, but real quick though, Rob Kraft. The Florida prosecutors, they're offering him a deal to drop solicitation charges. And also I hear that he's suing to keep the tape from release because there is tape of him getting a rubbing tub. I don't even know if it's possible now to stop things from being released. You just got to deal with it. Somehow it's going to make the net. We all know that. I don't know who wants to watch Robert Kraft get a tug, though. So, like, even if it does drop, who's clicking on that? Other than sports bloggers trying to get their jokes off, who the hell cares about you getting the rubbing tug, dog? You know what I mean? Salute all the rubbing tug ladies out there, man. Y'all do important work. I'm not with trafficking minors, but for those adults that that's what they want to do, man. Salute to y'all, man.
He got a pocket pool. Oh my God, this man. What are we doing in 2019? What are we doing? Oh my God. He got a pulling peak.
That's what.
Yo.
Listen, man. Anyway, how about this story right there? I know this will piss a lot of people off, especially those who like take their kids to the game and see specific athletes. That's one of the things, right? So I had Sixers season tickets a couple of years ago when they were in the process, and this is when they stunk. I mean, they had a terrible team, won like 10 games, but I had great seats. And part of the reason that you get seats is to watch the opposing teams come in. So, okay, the Sixers stink, but I get a chance to watch KD, LeBron, the best at their craft play the game. Well, a couple of days ago, the Lakers and Bucks had a game, and a fan paid $7,000 to see this game because he wanted to see LeBron versus, Giannis. And it just so happens that Giannis and Bron both took the game off. So how soft would you do if you paid for expensive-ass seats to take your boy to see two of the best players in the league play, and they were like taking that night off just for load management, as they call it? Pause.
New ninjas, just new ninjas. I don't get involved. Yo. I be talking about competitive greatness, and you be arguing with me. I don't see how you don't see it, man. These dudes don't care. They don't care about ball.
Yo, but here's the thing, though. Like, and people, one of the guys who started this is your man, Greg Popovich. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? And the point that he was making is, you guys, and it's kind of like, you know, Casey Matt Conlon talking this championship thing. People in the masses talk about championships in such a way that people are willing to kind of like focus primarily on that. So therefore, if I feel like I could give you a couple nights rest in the course of the season because it helps me long term with the long term goal of winning a championship, whether it's this year or next year, just by taking, like, you know, wear and tear off of you, I'm going to focus on that. It's kind of the same logic that makes people say, okay, well, you want to talk about a championship? So I'm Kevin Durant. I'm going to go sign with the Warriors. Because we don't put a premium on just like the competition from night in, night out. We put so much of a premium on championships. People are willing to do things that in the past they wouldn't do.
Right. Yeah, I definitely don't disagree with that. Definitely don't disagree with that. There's an overemphasis on championships to the point where it actually hinders the individual play and the competitiveness of the athlete because they don't take the game serious. Like, this literally is, I don't take the game seriously. Like, I don't take, because the only thing I take seriously is winning a chip. Like, every day, night in, night out, my job, that's not important because I need these chips, baby. I got to compete with Michael. That's what it is. You're right. Michael ruined the game.
Oh, yeah. I got a theory that Michael ruined basketball overall. Even down to the whole idea of, like, the hero ball, when it comes down to the last play of the game, your best guy has to take the shot, and if not, he's trash. Like, it's funny.
I think there's a balance. I think there's a balance to that. I think that you do want your best player. You do want your best player to gives you the best chance of winning, but I don't think you have to force that at all times. I think there are, of course, cases where, you know, you do have to make a good basketball player. It's balanced. I think it's balanced. I think it's not all one way.
It was either I forgot to remember whose book it was, but I read so many damn books. It was either George Carl or either his book or Dr. J's book, where they talked about, like, the whole, I think it was George Carl's book maybe. We talked about the whole idea of, you would see teams back in the day who would run plays all game long their work, but then when it comes down to the game, give it to your best player and get out the way. Like, yo, we've been running successful plays all game long, but now because of this new mentality in basketball, forget the fact that we have a play that's worked 10 times in the course of this game. It's like, yo, we need hero ball now. Anyway, we got the call on the line real quick. Let's get him on.
Say the same thing like you said.
Hold on 1 second. You in the war room? What's going on?
The women always say,
Can you hear me?
sometimes I want to.
Rob.
But then my nana complains about her husband, and I'm just like.
All right, man. He ain't listening to us, man. We tried to bring Rob on the line, but he over there having a conversation. He had a rubbing tug.
He's getting a crack. He's getting crack. Yo, Jim.
We sitting there trying to bring him on. Rob.
He's getting crafty.
Rob, hang up the call back in and raise your hand because we tried to bring you on, but you over there getting a Rob craft, man. Yeah.
I ain't getting crafty.
Yo,
he's being crafty with it.
Yo, we put the boy don't realize we put him on the air. All we hear is, yo, how much you want for like, come on, Rob, you can't be out there getting rubbing tugs, beloved.
How much for that?
Yo,
no, I only get 20.
I don't want full service. Yo, real quick though. Yo, sister's trying to charge him 100 flowers, man. Yo, that's the underworld talk. Anyway, listen, Pat Mahomes, the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, he just signed a historic deal with Oakley, the sunglass manufacturer. You remember Oakley from back in the day. At least I thought it was back in the day. I didn't know they were still around. They used to be a thing back then. But they got him on a huge deal. So when you see Pat Mahomes, do you think of Oakley? He's the first NFL player to ever sign with this. Like, this is a whole new lane for NFL players that he's opening up.
They trying to get back relevant.
Yeah.
I always thought that was a little corny, but that's just me.
I was going to say that, but I also think Patrick Mahomes' off is a little corny, so it might be a good fit.
I mean, he is because we're not calling him by his real name, Kermit the Frog.
Yo, Rob is back, yo. Let's see if Rob is done with his Bob Kraft rub and tug. Rob, you there?
Hello?
Yo, you like us?
Huh?
Yo, Rob, you good, man?
I was in class. Oh, so my fault. Yo, what's up, man? How y'all doing?
Yeah, all right. That's what you calling it now? Yeah,
that's what they call.
She love you long time.
Oh. But you know what? The Robs are taking a word.
Cold word.
No teeth. No
What's
teeth.
up, though, Rob? What's good, man?
Lips only. No teeth.
What's good?
Man, the Robert is taking a hard time, man. We need to make a petition, get rid of all Mr. Kelly and Mr. Kraft. They got to go. But anyways, man, what's up, man? How y'all doing?
Man, we good, brother.
All right, it's your boy Big Rob, a.k.a. March Madness is back, a.k.a. Mr. Tar Heel, Mr. Rob, a.k.a., dropping bowls like Dusty Rose. But anyways, man, what's good, man? How y'all doing?
All right, man. We need to talk about the tournament. So who's in your final four, Rob?
Dang, I haven't done my brackets yet.
Well, I mean, the tournament started, so you probably ain't gonna do them yet if you ain't did them already. We know you're a Tar Heel fan, so you obviously have Carolina on far. I mean, they are a good team this year. But do you have Carolina winning the whole thing?
No, everybody's saying Gonzaga, so I might have Gonzaga, but we never know. I'll probably say Gonzaga. Duke is looking like a force. I do want to be off on a basketball question before going into the show, but Duke is looking like a force. And that's all I gotta say, man. Just Duke. I don't like Duke.
Right,
I don't like Duke,
what
but
question? What question do you want? You said the basketball question about which one? Which part?
By the way, you already know how people on the West Coast feel about LeBron. I just want to give a shout out to Tobias. I don't know, it was a couple of weeks ago, but he said it best. Like, as far as because he understands that like championship fans, like Laker fans, like Yankee fans, is either championships or nothing. And unless LeBron wins a championship or enroll championship, we're gonna hate him. That's how we are. I don't give a damn who's on our team. It could be Michael Jordan, who would never happen to Jordan. With the Michael Jordan team, who's playing, and our team's playing piss poor. We're Laker fans. But Beyonce, I was wondering, do you think his skills can raise above his athleticism? Do you think he will surely depend on his athleticism to get forward as when it comes to the draft? Do you think he can develop?
I don't know yet. I don't know. I definitely think he's more skilled than people give him credit for because the athleticism is so overwhelming. Like, we've never seen a 310-pound offensive tackle that's able to move like he can and do a 40.
Every time the offense weight gets higher and higher.
With a 44-inch vertical. Like, what type of games are we playing here today? What type of African is this? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what types of games are being played or how it's going down, but I'm gonna say is this though. And I know you didn't ask my opinion, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway.
He has the potential to be a great passer.
I agree with Austin that he is more skilled. He's even more skilled than I thought he was coming out of high school. Because I watched him in his high school games, and watching him play in college, he's a lot more skilled than I thought he was. I think he's in better shape. He still can get in better shape, but he was in better shape with Duke than he was in high school because Coach K whipped him up a little bit. But also, what I recognize is the one thing that impresses me about Zion the absolute most is he does everything within the flow of the game. I've watched some of these college phenoms, whether it was like Carmelo Anthony or we can go back to the O'Bannon brothers,
or his own teammate Barrett, or his own teammate even Barrett.
I mean, yeah. Well, even that. Like I remember like watching Glenn Robinson. I watched college basketball a long time. But you watch guys where it's kind of forced to them, and they put up their numbers, but it's sort of like that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air mentality. Like, yo, pass the ball to Will. What I like about Zion is everything that he does is within the flow of the game. It's not forced at all, and to me, it's impressive. Which is why I think he'll have success at the next level. Now, whether he'll be, LeBron James or be an all-time great, I don't know. I mean, only time will tell because we've seen college players who were the best at college who absolutely didn't show that skill in the league. And you've seen guys, because I think it's every level you go up, it's a different level of hunger. So it all depends upon him, too. How much is he going to work? I don't know. I mean, only time will tell. But what I can say is, I mean, the guy's got the goods.
I ain't gonna take knock on him. To me, and this is only the comparison, but I think it's a little more athletic. We'll see. Like, to me, he reminds me of like a Charles Barkley. You know what I'm saying? Before the diet, or if he ever was on a diet. But yeah, we'll see. Hello.
Yeah, we listening.
Yeah. We'll still switching gears. I just got one comment on Adrian Broner situation. People just need to fall back. I kind of understand how Adrian. I do understand Adrian Broner feels. He's just responding to a dude who's trying to get at him. He just saying, "Yo, I ain't like that." You know what I'm saying? And I understand. It's just
Yo,
that's how it is.
Listen, brother. If I smack old women and I get caught smacking old women 20 times, and on the 21st time an old woman smacks me, yo, come on, man. That's no. Listen, you don't need to understand anything about.
But I think, Rob, I think you're talking about a different story. We're not talking about what he said about that dude. What was his boy's name? I've been delivered. Dude said something like slick to him or whatever. We were talking about him being caught on a plane riding coach.
What?
He was on a plane riding coach. Adrian Broner was on a plane riding coach, and someone walked up on him and recorded him for social media and made a joke about it. But there was another story with him this week where the I forgot the boy's name, the I am been delivered boy, had said something slick to him, and Broner snapped on him like, "Yo, I ain't gay," something like that. I think that's what Rob was talking about. Because the I've been delivered guy is one of them cloud chasers. He just lost a lawsuit with Cordell Stewart. I know Cordell Stewart talked about he's making. Cordell Stewart's like, y'all don't even know this dude, but believe Cordell Stewart alone. Let's not talk about him. But like, yo, you said Adrian Broner. Yo, be honest, did he smack old ladies? Like, what's up, man? Like, oh, what happened?
No, it was an analogy. It was an analogy.
Okay, it was an analogy. What B. Austin is saying is the reason that people run up on Adrian Broner when riding coach is because he talks all this he talks down on people and talks all this big money talk. So when people see you, they're going to try to, he's been verbally smacking people, so they're smacking back. Like, yo, you and coach, just like I am. Like, that's what he's saying. Like, you give that kid, like, for instance, if we see Duncan riding coach, we ain't going to think nothing of it because his personality and the way he carries himself is one way. If you see Floyd Mayweather riding coach, you don't think people are like, give him the business?
Yeah. Well, yes and no. Like, but I really want to say something else. But yes, like, you should get a bit because he does, flash his money around. Like, I do like Floyd Mayweather, his pretty boy Floyd, but he portrayed himself as money Floyd after the De La Hoya fight when he got a lot of money. Yes, we should get on him. No, because I remember John Legend's wife. People were criticizing him because his plane got turned around when they were like a couple hours for a destination for like Hong Kong to LA, and people say, "Oh, you should have, John Legend should have got a jet." And they say, and his wife was like, "Yo, man, that jets cost like $250,000." You know what I'm saying? So
no, understood. But what I'm saying is they also aren't Floyd money made. Like the point B. Austin was making is like these guys portray a certain image and carry themselves a certain way that when a person sees them in coach, they treat them a certain way. Like, you can say what you want. John Legend doesn't carry himself like Adrian Broner or Floyd, for that matter. Like,
oh, I see.
If you walk around saying I'm the toughest dude in the world, like people gonna treat you a certain way. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I know people that are like professional fighters, like MMA fighters, and they say that like one of the things they hate is people always like test them in bars and stuff because you know what I mean? Like people teach people how to treat you by how you carry yourself. Let's just put it that way. You dig what I'm saying? But anyway, Rob, man, thanks for your call. We gotta move on.
I got one last comment. Yo, Deshaun Jackson's back. You know what I'm saying? Crip walking through Ball Street. I was excited seeing him back. You know, after I told him.
Hold on,
Why?
buddy. Let me and Jimmy summarize what I'm gonna say in one word. But I'm gonna give you Deshaun Jackson's playoff statistics. In 7 playoff games, he averaged 3 catches a game, 51 yards, and 0.3 touchdowns in 7 playoff games. Why are you excited? For what?
Listen. I'm excited because he can elevate those statistic games and to get us another championship, and we can say we have more championships than the Cowboys had in the last 20 years.
Not because of him. He's just a cog in the machine, and he's a cog that quits and doesn't run the full route tree. Why are we so enamored with dudes because he runs fast?
I have no idea, yo. Some Eagles, I have no idea.
He wants, but even you said it one time. You said he may be okay, I'm not gonna say one trick pony because he got 3 tricks. You know, the post, the go route, the deep post, the skinny post. He knows 3 tricks. He knows those 3 tricks very well, and he can and it's almost like, and I dare to say the OBJ Saquon thing where the safety has to cheat back and doesn't have to come up so close, so it helps the run game out because there's that
Rob,
deep threat.
He's not as good as Ricky Prohl, dog.
Oh, get the heck out of here. Get the heck out of here. He's better than Ricky Prohl. He's better than Wayne Corbett, Ricky Prohl, just as good as Mushin Muhammad. That's how about that?
I don't know.
I'm
taking the brother Mushin, man. Alhamdulillah. I'm taking Mushin Muhammad before I take Deshaun Jackson, man. You know what I mean? Jackpot is known to quit. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't get it.
Yo,
I
question.
Like him.
Listen, you know what's crazy? I question Rob if Rob has ever watched a playoff game. He can't possibly have watched a playoff game with dude in it. Dude gets effectively taken out of playoff games, like taken out. Like he doesn't do anything in playoff games. And these people are clapping because this dude is out. He is trash.
Ever since he played the Falcons, and he said he played the Falcons and the ball in his soul to meet his maker, he ain't been the same anyway. When that ball cracked him, and it was like Tom and Jerry, where you saw his like soul leave his body and then fly into the air. He ain't been the same. Anyway, Rob, we gotta go, man. Thanks for the call.
That was a tragic event, and you know what? Y'all take care. Feel the burn. Don't vote for Kamala Harris or Joe Biden or Ben Roque. Peace.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Yeah, man, I don't get that often because, like, yo, Cats was on my timeline going crazy. I thought Jerry Rice came out of retirement.
Overrated dude. Like, I'll keep it 100. Like, he's better than Troy and Mike Wallace, but that ain't hard to beat. That ain't hard to beat.
Real quick, though, before we move on, I want to give some birthday shout-outs, and the birthdays are brought to you by your maker, but I definitely want to say happy birthday to some people out there. First off, I want to send a happy birthday to Adrian Peterson, who's 34 years old, Vitaly Potapenko, 44, Scott Williams, 51, Tom Flores, 82. Just want to give them a quick birthday salute on their birthdays or birthday week. So salute to all of those gentlemen. You know, before we get out of here, we got about 10 minutes left. I want to talk about the NBA real quick. But everybody wants to call in and speak with us. Our number is 323-410-0012, and that is the Digital Extreme Technologies hotline. And always check out our website at WarRoomSports.com. It's definitely time to have some basketball talk, and this basketball talk is brought to you by Digital Extreme Technologies. To you or your business need a custom website, don't go get a Wix site. Get you a Digital Extreme Technology site because it's custom. Go to digitalextremetech.com or call 323. I'm sorry, not 323. That's all. I'm about to give you the number. Digital Extreme Technologies hotline is 267-205-4203. So to call Digital Extreme Technologies to get your website, 267-205-4203. But thank you, because they are the sponsors of our hotline, which is why I kept trying to give you that damn number. They do sponsor our hotline every week. They've been a sponsor for years at this point, so we want to thank them for their support of our show, and also let people know that's where you go to get a custom website. And we appreciate all the support that they give us. But it's definitely time to talk a little bit and get out of here. So real quick, players of the week. The players of the week in the NBA are Bradley Beal and Rudy Gobert. Bradley Beal put up about 32.5 points a game, 7 assists, 6.3 rebounds, and his team went 3-1, and he's in the East. Rudy Gobert in the West put up 16.5 points per game, 15.5 rebounds per game, and 2 blocks a game, and they also went 3-1. So they are the players of the week. Salute to them. Rudy Gobert, you still got to stop your blood clot crying. But other than that, though, salute to those gentlemen. The Sixers, right? The Sixers had a nice little week this past week where they beat the Bucks and the Celtics. The Celtics were their rivals that they haven't been able to really beat, and they gave them that work last night. The Bucks are the best team in the league, and the Sixers, handled them as well. When Embiid was giving Giannis that work. What do you think of the Sixers? Are they playing their best ball at the right time, or what do you think about their chances in the East as they're playing right now?
I think that the Sixers, from a talent perspective, have the ability to compete for a final spot. Will they?
Okay.
I don't know. Depth is a concern for me. I'm always concerned about what we have coming off that bench. But we got a nice thing going on. My concern is with Ben Simmons, and I think he'll learn. Ben, stop picking up your dribble so soon, man. Keep your dribble a little bit longer. Jimmy buckets. Embiid, if Embiid stays healthy, if Embiid can stay healthy, my gosh, what have we got here, man? What have we got here? Embiid is so thinking of Embiid, Tobias Harris, Jimmy buckets, Ben, and JJ Redick. That's a starting lineup that really can compete. The issue with the Bucks and the Sixers, in both cases, is going to be experience. It's going to be experience of key players. We don't have much of experience, and they damn sure don't. Yeah. Remember when Milwaukee was leading? Milwaukee was balling in the early parts of the season, and I said, "Oh, they'll come back down to earth. Don't worry, it's Milwaukee." I was wrong.
Yeah,
I was wrong.
I mean, but Embiid is out here crushing cats, talking. He's the best trash talker online, probably outside of Guap Dad 4000. For those who wouldn't know, and if you know, you know. But anyway, but Embiid recently said that he is the most unstoppable player in the entire league. He literally came out and said that.
Talk that talk. Don't go talk that talk.
Yeah, he be out here talking all kinds of crazy talk. And I'm not saying I disagree with him because, if he ain't better than Big, he the closest one. I'm not knocking what he's saying, but he talking that talk though. He's definitely out here talking that talk, and the Sixers are playing some of their best ball. I think their bench is pretty solid. So I'm interested to see how he talks so much trash, right? So I don't know if you saw last night's game, but it was him and Marcus Smart had gotten into a little shoving match, and he was talking so much trash. I was like, yo, but they asked him on what happened with Marcus Smart. He said it got heated because I asked him if his barber gives him the udon noodle haircut on purpose, And I also told him his goatee looks like pubes. So he's out there disrespecting cats on the to the point where they get in their emotional bag. And this dude has literally every trick in the book in terms of his skills.
I'm gonna keep it 100, yo. How much do you love Embiid, yo? Personally, yo, how much do you love Embiid?
Listen, best show. Like, you know, it is what it is. Like, listen, man, I've been calling him young legend since the first time he played.
Yo, his talk game, yo, he would fit right in on the War Room, yo. We need him on the show because, yo, he talks that talk. He talks that talk.
I'm reading our chat. I'm reading our chat room, and I know it's going back to an old topic, but Skyview said that Zion didn't perform well against McDonald's All-Americans. That's why he needs more people. He thinks he'll be a bigger Zach LaVine. And Skyview said the Sixers over the Warriors in 7. Wow, that's I don't know about that. I mean, listen, that would be lovely. Like, I'll have to go to it.
Yo,
but,
that would be absolutely fabulous. But yo, you don't believe that, cuz. You don't believe that.
But one thing about Zion though, Skyview, is the one thing I can say about him is, and that was one game in the McDonald's game. But I also think that this 1 year playing under Coach K has did him wonders. I think he was a far better player than the guy that put up at the McDonald's game. How that'll play out, we'll see. But I think definitely a far better player than he was when he get into the McDonald's game. Getting back to the Sixers, though, I don't know, man. Like, beating the Warriors, the Warriors are a tough out. I just can't see anybody beating them 4 out of 7. That's the thing. Like, teams could beat the Warriors, but how do you beat them in a series? That's like the tough thing. Like, man, that's tough. Be Austin, man. We got a couple minutes left. We got about 2 minutes left. I gotta ask you about this, man. Do you remember the boy Nick Collison that played in the NBA?
Yeah, I remember Nick Collison.
Yeah. So Nick Collison played for the OKC Thunder. Let me see if I can get Nick Collison's his career numbers are about 5 points.
They loved him. Like KD and Russ love Nick Collison for some reason.
Yo, everybody in OKC loves Nick Collison. But let me tell you about his stats. He averaged about 5.9 points per game, 5.2 rebounds, and 1 assist. So his career numbers are like 6, 5, and 1, right? Well, OKC is retiring his number 4 jersey for their franchise. So my question is it okay to retire some jersey because they're a good guy? Like, is this what we doing in 2019? Like, guys, we just pick the solid guys we like.
Yo, you'll recall earlier in this episode, I told you that if I ever get the bag, I mean the bag, not a bag, the bag. I need a spaceship because I don't belong. I don't understand participation. Like, I don't understand, like, other than a handshake. You can get a handshake. You can get a handshake for participation. They trying to get awards. They giving away jerseys. Hey,
your man averaged 6, 5, and 1, beloved.
Oh my God, 6, 5, and 1, beloved. And got a yo. He is close to being what we know Robert Horry to be.
Yo, put it like this: no one could ever wear that number again in OKC because he was loved that much, man. But yo, we gotta get out of here. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for joining us for another thing in the War Room. Shout out to everybody in the chat room, Facebook, Twitter, the group chat, all y'all. Salute to everybody, man. The calls who called and got through, we appreciate your call. Those who couldn't get to, we apologize. Tune in next week, live right here on demand. We catch up on everything happening in the NBA season and everything else all around the world of sports. So until then, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the stuff next week, and we'll see you right back here next time. Catch all of our conversations. That's Facebook, Twitter. You know everything we do. You know where to find it at. That's WarRoomSports.com. Everything we do, WarRoomSports.com. And remember my book, Sports the Book, at SportsTheBook.com. Right back at the hub, WarRoomSports.com. That's right, WarRoomSports.com. But until next time, everybody, don't accept mediocrity. Be steadfast in the war against ignorance, and we shall see you chumps on top.
6 to 8. Yeah. War Room Sports. Y'all ready? Let's go. Stay in tune to Jimmy. Know the blueprint. Every Thursday, 6 to 8, they do this. Shout out to Dev, PJ, B. Austin, Bay on replay. WarRoomSports.com. Get that mobile app. If not, dial 323-1400-12. They be going and you sensitive, then oh well. Physical podcast, let's talk sports. Showtime like magic in the block push. Listen live, push one to join in. Rip your team or listen for your enjoyment. Hip hop scholars, pit stop and knowledge. Should be in sports credits, I ain't talking college. 5 guys, no beef though. Corporate secret, but the streets know. Belafonte, I got a G flow. KC, royalty, I'm in beast mode. 2 hours, get your game up. Who's the best in sportscast? You better name us. War Room Sports. Yeah, you know, Jimmy, Dev, PJ, Jack Beck, B. Austin. I'm Jack. Up and coming on the beat.
War Room Sports, www.warroomsports.com. What? Ain't no more to it.